Hey my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dorian Koholi and we are here for another Sims 4 speed build. And it feels like I've been a minute doing one of these. Admittedly, since I've been back from vacation, I went from vacation like late July, early August. It's been hard to get into a groove to kind of get my videos back on like a regular schedule. I promise I am going to try to change that. I'm going to try to go back to at least 2 videos a week. Maybe not this week, hopefully the week after that. I do have to build up a little bit of a backlog, so got a little bit of work to do. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. Today we are building a starter home using only the Grange Mudroom Creator Kit. So this is a creator kit. It came out a few weeks ago. It's by the CC creator Peacemaker. I'm not super familiar with their work. I don't usually use much CC at all, but this kit has some really cool stuff. For those of you who don't know, because Grange Mudroom is kind of a weird name, it's basically like a farmhouse mudroom, basically, and a mudroom being like where you go like take off your shoes, hang up your coats, everything to kind of, I don't know if it's the best way to describe it, like a transition space from going inside to outside. It's kind of where you put your stuff on to go outside, or when you're outside you put your stuff on to go back inside. I guess that's how you describe it. But the kit itself has some different cabinet options, has some like wall shelving, has like a really cool like built-in counter, like a little built-in sofa, and some other like things. It looks very built-in, which is something I'm very excited about. It came with a lot of cool stuff, had a lot of cool colors. I feel like they could have gone a little further with. They gave us stuff that looks like upper cabinets, even though they're not really upper cabinets. With that said, I think you can try to use them as in a kitchen. Anyway, this build specifically, it is a starter home. It was built on I believe it's the Potter Splay lot in Willow Creek. It is a 30 by 20 lot, and it is a single floor. I think you'll see in the speed build, I tried to add a second floor. There's no way I could do that and keep this as a starter home. That might be a challenge for another day. Try to build a 2-story starter. I can barely build a 1-story starter, honestly. My house, anytime I try to build a starter home, I always think I end up making them bigger than they realistically should be, and because of that, they always look really empty. That is still definitely the case here, but it is a starter home. It is under 20 grand. You buy this lot, you'll probably only have like $24 off your name, but at least technically is a starter home. But it has a bedroom, has a bathroom, a full bathroom and a half bathroom, a small little office space, which I guess if you have money, you could turn that into like a kid's room. It has a living room, little dining area, kitchen, and then of course the mudroom is probably where I put the most attention, just because that was the point of this build, was to kind of highlight that kit. Overall, in the entire build, I did try to use everything that came with the kit. I may have missed like 1 or 2 items, but you'll see like in the kitchen, I did use some of the uppers as kind of like upper cabinets. The Grange Mudroom itself has like the taller cabinets. I think it has like the little couch, the little side table thing. A lot of really cool stuff. It has the rug, a lot of really cool options. I really love the colors, and playing off the fact that they had orange, this house ended up becoming basically an orange house. Honestly, this house I could have easily put this in as my carrot gen house and it would have been fine. But yeah, it's decent sized house. It's a decent sized house. Like I said, it is pretty sparse inside, but if you download this, once your Sims move in, get some money, and then you can do whatever. It does also only use the Grange Mudroom kit, so everything else is base game. So if you don't have that kit, you try to download it. Like, you'll probably have like an empty back room, and you might be missing some other furniture pieces, but it shouldn't, break anything too much. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else to describe. I tried to do a little bit something different with the landscaping. Usually I just use like those like hedge bushes, and I just kind of line them up everywhere. I tried to make it look a little more natural. So you'll see at one point in the video, I have like those like little like paving stones. I kind of sized them down, try to create like a little outline along the sides. I think overall it looked pretty good. If I had a little more money, I would definitely add some more elements to this, but I think as a starter home, it works out very well. And I'm hoping I did a pretty good job outlining the kit, because it's a really nice kit. I don't really use CC, but I do like that the creator kits, they include, it's a way to get CC if you don't necessarily want to download CC, or if you're on console, you don't actually have access to it. And the stuff they usually put out ends up looking a lot nicer than the stuff that like Max's and EA builds. No offense too much, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of the speed build, and I will see you momentarily for a little bit of a lot tour. Alright, and we are back at our Grange Mudroom starter home. Basically just like a little ranch house, a very orange house. Could have easily passed for carriage in. Kind of go along the outside, you know, we have a path. This is kind of like the different landscaping I was talking about. I just try to make it a little more like free flowing as opposed to just putting like a hedge bush along the whole thing. I also did like size down these little paving stones, and I think it turned out pretty well. It was a little tedious. I had to use quite a bit of tool for that, but I think that's okay. Even if you don't have the tool mod, you should be able to download this and it should work fine. But if you try to move anything, you might not be able to put it back where it was. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, going on the outside, this is the tile from the Grange Mudroom Kit. It's kind of like a stone, like a long stone tile, which I really like. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the outside. Not much to say here. So let's go on in. First things, I'm not going to try to do the first person. I always end up screwing it up. So, but going in here, we have our living room, and I use a couple of the shoes that kind of come like little clutter items from the kit. These are bigger, just call it out. These are bigger than the ones that I think we got from like Dream Home Decorator and stuff. So I ended up using like one regular size pair, sizing out another one. This shelf is also from the Grange Mudroom Kit, as is this little bag. I think this wallpaper is too. And this little sideboard thing, which I use as like a little TV stand. I thought that was super cute. Going here, got pride flag, of course. And this is another version of the wallpaper, has like the paneling. This is just a very basic bare bones office. So yeah, not much to say here. But going into the bathrooms, I used, again, that same Grange Mudroom tile I think I used on the outside. It might even be the same color. I used that for both, but we do have a full bath and we have a half bath. I think this mirror is also from the kit. It is. This is a really nice mirror. I have love-hate relationship with the mirrors in this game. So a lot of them I think sit too high to function as a bathroom mirror, and the only way you can really lower them is with tool. But having like a mirror like this, I think the mirror from Businesses and Hobbies, they're bigger, but they also sit lower. So those are my preferences. Those are some of the ones I like the most. This one, the bezel is a little bit thicker than the Businesses and Hobbies one, so it's probably not my absolute favorite, but it got the job done. We have a bedroom, which I think this is one of the other side tables that came in the kit, which worked out very nicely. And then the kitchen. So this isn't actually a kitchen kit, but you can see like these are the upper like cabinets that came with the kit. They fit in pretty well. So I just use like one of the base game cabinets here, the counters here, and then just use kind of these filled in as like the upper cabinets. Unfortunately, unlike with the regular upper cabinets, you don't have like the different like size options. So I can't like click on this, get like a full size, a like half one or whatever. With that said, the kit itself does include some other stuff. So yeah. And then jumping over to the prize of it, I guess, is the actual like Grange Mudroom. These are the other cabinets, the taller ones that come with it. This is like the little bench. These are the open shelf ones, same ones I use in the kitchen. They have a pair of rain boots. We have these shelves here with the little hooks, and it also came with the plant and the rug, and everything else is from the kit. So overall, that's pretty much it. And just looking through everything, I am pretty sure I used almost everything. I think I missed the light and one of the photo things, just because this kit is, some of the stuff in here is pretty pricey, and it was hard to get everything in for still making it a starter home. With that said, I could probably add like the little like mail thing, the little sorted out mail pile, this little clutter basket. There's a lot of really nice stuff in here. So, you know, as if you want to download this, you know, feel free to add whatever else you want in here. But overall, it's a pretty cool kit, and there you go. So I did put this house up on the gallery if you're interested in checking it out. It's just called the Grange Mudroom Starter. My gallery ID is Dorian Koholi, same as my YouTube channel, my X, my Instagram, everything. It said I shared this in 1966, so do with that what you will. But it's just a starter home using only base game in the Grange Mudroom kit. I hope you enjoy. And they said this one was built on a 30 by 20 lot. It was built on Potter's Splay. So with the house and the size and the lot, you'll end up with like $24 left, but it is still technically a starter home. So there you go. All right, so thank you guys for watching another speed build. If you like this video, please consider dropping a like. Please consider leaving a comment what you think of this kit, what you think of creator kits or just kits in general. If there's any other builds you'd like me to see, there's a ton of extra content out there that I haven't specifically built for yet, but I am curious to eventually do it all. But if there is something specific you'd like to see, please let me know. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I am trying to grow this channel. You guys have been such an immense and amazing support for that so far, so thank you. And last thing, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I know my upload schedule has been a little sporadic. I am going to try to get back to the twice a week, probably Mondays and Thursdays soon. I have a few other videos in the kind of the pipeline that I need to record, and hopefully we'll get back onto our regular pace soon enough. So there you go. But with all that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you next time, friends. Bye, everybody.